Hey guys, how's it going? So we are here at Gershman with Ofra.
Hi.
And so she's gonna go ahead and tell us about the space and some of the stuff they have here. I already took a sneak peek and it was quite amazing. So I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this. So what do you call this space?
So this is our listening room. We've had it here for a while, and what we do is we test our speakers. We bring in different designers and their equipment. We bring in different singers and musicians to come and play, and we invite audiophiles. We're actually here to promote audiophile, but it's mainly really for us to listen to our equipment and design our own speakers. That's what we have it for.
Okay. So you listen to the instruments and the actual performance with your speakers here.
Yes. So what we do, so what we can do here, and that's something that we're very lucky to be able to do, is we can actually have an actual instrument play here, record it, and then bring our speakers, put it in the exact same spot, and play it through our speakers. And actually, we can voice our speaker through that procedure and get a much precise sound, better understanding of what we're looking for. And I'm not the designer, but that's what I think
that's very cool. So I see here two systems.
Yes.
So we're gonna go over with Ofra what they're using their current system. I guess this is your reference system.
Yes, it is our reference systems. From time to time, we have different equipment that comes in and goes, but this is what always stays here.
Okay, cool. Why don't we start with this system, because I think this is the big system.
Yeah, so that's our main system, really. What we have here is our top of the line, the Posh speaker, which is actually based on our separate sub alignment system. So now, if you look at the speaker, the actual top end, which is the tweeter and midroom, is completely separated from the woofers. So there is no vibration that's emitted through the woofer to the tweeter and mid-range. And they don't touch. If you look at the space between them, they don't touch at any point. So it gives us an ability to have a very, very clean sound. It is a sealed box, and we're using top of the line everything on it. The system is very cool because what you can do, because it's two-part, you can actually, these are tiptoes, which can go up and down. So you can actually change the angle of this speaker to make it forward, backwards, so that you can change the top and you can change the bottom angle, but also you can bring it back and forth. So you can really match it.
You can adjust for the time domain.
Exactly. Okay. We're using Nordust here on this system, and it comes with the Odin jumpers. We're using Mondorf, like top of the line stuff, and it's all sealed box. So it's quite easy to set up in a room. And this speaker got a lot of awards. Here we have an option to have both tubes and solid state. So we have the VAC amplifiers and preamplifiers. This is the 450s preamps. And we have the master for the amplifiers, and we have the W7M from Sim Audio. These are wonderful equipment that we have here. It gives us the ability to see how our equipment, how the speaker would sound both in tube amp and through solid state, and that gives us a lot of ability to see what's out there in the market and how our customers will be able to listen. We also have the other system, so don't get scared of the higher end stuff here. We're using the Avenger by Vpi. It's an incredible piece of machinery here. We're waiting for the cartridge. So, and we have also the name CD player here. That's also helps us with our evaluation.
So not only are they using just single piece of gear from like a solid state or from a single brand like most speaker companies do, they're actually using tube amplifiers, solid state amplifiers, turntables, CD players, and so forth from different brands to actually tune their speakers and making it all across the board acceptable for them. Correct?
Exactly, correct. So what we have here is a very modest, down-to-earth system. And here is our grand avant-garde speakers. We've had this model for, I would say, 20 some years. And it's probably our best seller. Now, what we have with this model is, of course, time alignment with the angles, as well as because we're using a pyramid shape. There's no parallel line, so there's no standing wave inside of the cabinet. We're using aluminum woofer, which has a huge motor, and it gives you a very low bass. And what you see here is actually a bass trap. Now, this bass trap is something that we patented. It's still patent pending. So what this speaker has is like little ducts in the bottom. And the back wave coming back from the cone, it goes down to the, usually it hits the back wall and goes back through the cone. And what it does, it muddies the sound. What we've done here is instead of it hitting the wall and going back through, it goes down through the ducts, goes to the bass trap, and then it doesn't have the energy to go up, so it dissipates. And then it helps us with clarity. It helps us with having the speaker go lower than most speakers this size. So it really helps create a much better soundstage bass imaging because of the clarity. And we're very proud of that invention. Then we have the 40th Anniversary Vpi. Here we have the Audio-Technica R1000 cartridge. We're using our friend Oracle's CD player. They also make CD players. And this is our old Celeste vintage preamp. And of course, we're using Bryston for these because a lot of people have that amplifiers, a lot of recording studios, and that kind of goes with everything, and that's our solid state.
So let's go ahead and look at this room, because as much as the gear is so interesting, this room is what impresses me the most. So let's go ahead and explain about this room.
So this room was designed by John Brandt. He's one of the top acoustical designers in the world. I think it took about 18 months to design and build this studio. What you see here is we're using mahogany wood. There is all isolation between the walls. It's very thick. I think it's probably 1 foot thick. The floor, we even have some diffractions on the wall. We built like a stone wall on that side. And then there is the acoustic diffusions in the top. So to create a different sound in each side of the room. And so we can get different sound from every corner of this room, which is really cool. So just to show you what went into this, we have double door in all the rooms, in all the studios. If you can see how thick this wall is, and it's all isolations in between. So it's really cool. So once you go in the room, that's it. Nobody can hear you anymore. This is it for this room. And I'll just show you the piano room now.
Ooh, the piano room.
Yeah, so we have...
the Asian in me.
It's kind of tight here right now because there's some work done. But this is our Steinway piano that's available to us. And what's cool about it is I think not only studios or even speaker companies have pianos such as Steinway, but we have this in the studio, and we're able to record things, see how that sound, and then bring the speaker here and see if the sound is the same or similar or whatever we want to get out of it, and that's really cool. Now here we also have the Specter Speakers, which are probably about 20 some years ago. I think it's one of Ellie Gershman's first designs and speakers. We also have the guitars here, different type of guitars, so we can record guitars. And I think it's a small room, so we don't have a lot to say about this room, but it's really cool to be able to have the Steinway piano here. So we're all done with this room, and I'll just show you the control room now. Okay, so this is a control room, and it's really messy right now, but we can do a lot of things in here. Ali Gershman designed the in-wall speakers for this control room. It has a 15 inches woofer. It's completely crazy. There is the mid-range that we always like, and what this does, it's wonderful for recording classical music, but also if you have hip hop or something that really needs a lot of bass, they have the ability to change and choose between what they like. So we needed something that really plays everything, and that was the answer for it. And they actually built this whole wall to accommodate the speakers because we needed something that really works well in here. There's a lot of recording that are done in the studios, like Leona Boyd, Galen Weston. There's some other ones to just name a few. And I'm not a recording engineer, so I can't tell you a lot about how to record and what to do, but this is a really cool room. It's also been treated really, really well, and also been designed by John Rant, the acoustical engineer. Now also we have, so from this room you can actually take a look and see our listening room, and you can actually communicate if you need to. If they do any recording, they can actually communicate between the room as well. There is a lot of equipment here that's available, and it's a fun room to be in. Okay, so now I'll take you we're done with this room, so I'll take you to the voicing room now. Okay, so this is our voicing room. It's full of gear right now because two people were working here, but this is completely dead in here. So once you close the door, it's kind of a really cool feeling. There's all kinds of microphone so we can do a lot of voice recording and then listen to it through our system again. And that's a great privilege that we have. Just to say, we not only do our listening in this space, we take our speakers and we listen to it in different spaces. We do a lot of listening in home, different homes, and through many, many systems. So just to make sure that everybody who buys our speakers are able to play it anywhere. And I think that's a really, really important thing to do when you voice your speakers. Again, and I'll just show them there.
We're back.
We're back, and I'll just show them this little room. This is a really cool little room. I don't think there's any space to move in there, but just to show you a few of the instruments and musical instruments that are available to us. And it's very tiny, but that's the drumming room. There's a lot of percussions and drums and different things that are used. As you walk into the studio, there is a wall full of accolades, anyway, from 1993 to 2019, and we're very proud to show it off. We're very thankful to all the magazines and for all the work that they've done throughout the years, and that they came and they brought everything to you, the customers. I think it's a wonderful way of showing it off, and thank you.